Hi, and welcome to the 2017 and 18 Spoofhound Athletics Parent Meeting. I am your athletic director, Nick Matson, and let's get started. So, today we are covering the handbook, injury waivers, a sheet that we'll go over, practice and game times, and some scheduling issues, parent contact with coaches and administrators, and any other questions that you might have. You'll be receiving a handbook, and your child will receive the handbook. We ask them to please read over it. There are plenty of things that covers in there, and in order to participate in Spoofhound Athletics for the 2017-18 season, they're going to need to review this handbook and know what we expect of them. Inside that handbook will be rules and guidelines in order to get a successful season under your belt for your student athlete. There will be eligibility guidelines, such as what we expect for GPA, what the state expects for GPA, transferring rules, anything like that. The MISHA handbook will be implemented into our handbook, and so not only will you see what we require as a school, but what the state requires of your athlete as well. To go along with that, an agreement waiver needs to be signed by your student athlete. Um, in order to say that they understand what we ask in our handbook, or they understand that the state requires them to have a certain GPA and things like this to participate in sports. Um, they'll also be agreeing to a drug testing policy. This is for the kids that participate in sports and those that have a car on campus in order to keep our campus safe and to keep your student athletes safe as well. So that will need to be signed by them and you, saying that you went over it, you know what's expected. If rules are broken from there, then you know as well that there will be consequences ahead. An injury waiver. So when you're signing this waiver, it says that if your child gets hurt on athletic grounds, if it's at practice, if it's you know on the baseball field, on the track, that we are not held accountable for your child's athlete for your child's injury. For one thing that we do every year is make sure that our equipment's up to date. We make sure that our facilities are up to date as well. So your child, our coaches, um, have the best playing facilities, have the best stuff that they can in order for them to have a safe and successful season. Um, your options are to sign this and to know that you're giving the school your trust that we will take care of your kids, that we are ready, um, that we have everything to go for them, and it's going to be, like I said, a safe and successful season. What you need to know is, like I said before, that we will have top of the line stuff. We will have the best equipment, the best football helmets, the best, you know, um, dirt for your kids to play on the baseball fields, the best track, so that prevents injuries. Um, you need to know that you can trust us, and you need to know also though that by signing this, you are giving up that right to sue the school districts, and knowing that again that your child's safety is in our hands and that we will do the best for them. With that being said, we have a great training staff here. If your child would happen to get injured, every coach is AED, CPR, first aid trained. That's something that we make sure as a school that we do, that we feel is like very important to us. Um, your child will get injured. That's just the risk that they take in playing sports. We hope that with our care, with our knowledge, with our coach's background knowledge, that injury that is not severe, the kids can get back on track as soon as they're healthy. We trust in the care and prevention of your child. We will not play your child unless we think that they are able to at 100% to where they will not re-injure themselves. I think it's important that you trust our coaches, you trust our staff. We have your child's best interest in mind, and we do not hire people that play kids with injuries just to win and things like that. It's more about getting your kid healthy. That's what we take pride in here. That's why we have our guys go through AED, CPR, first aid, training, so we know in fact what's best for your child for them. Practice and game times. This is a big one. Schedules will always change, no matter what. If it's a practice schedule, a game schedule, facility schedule, what if the gyms for this or the gyms for that, bus times. Things come up, things happen. We need to try to be as flexible as we can be. I know that that's hard. It's hard on us. It's hard on our coaches. So we expect you to do the best you can and know that we are doing the best we can as well. Um, and also for home and away games, we have a good idea of what's home and what's away. If things would change and somebody else's facility is down and they can't use it, then they'll come to us. Same with us. If there's too much rain for a baseball game or a softball game, then we might go to them. Uh, so flexibility, it's very important. It's tough, but it's what we need to do in order to have this year be successful. The last thing that I want to go over is the parent contact with coaches. The player needs to go to a coach first when there is an issue. I think we need to teach our student athletes that someday when they go to a job interview, mom and dad aren't always going to be there for them. They need to talk themselves. If they are scared to talk to the coach, there are ways to go about it. There are ways to ask, what can I do better? What do I need to do to improve? Instead of saying, I'm not happy with my playing time and getting upset, or you fighting that battle for your child. What your kid is, talk to the parent or to the coach. If you as the parent are not satisfied, you may schedule a meeting with myself where we will bring in your son or daughter. We will bring in the coach. We will get down to the black and white of what's wrong, what the problem is, hear both sides of the story. On the other side, if you think that something is being mishandled, if a coach is treating your player with harm or unfairly in regards to more than playing time, more than this or that, if you think that there's a major problem, you may come schedule a meeting with me, and then we will go from there. Other than that, I think in our program it's really important that our kids are the ones that are coming to you. They're being an adult about this situation. They are the ones that are fighting the battle for themselves instead of the parent having to fight that battle for them. The earlier we learn this, the better off they are in life, and that's my true opinion. So the more we stick to this plan, the better off we'll be, the more successful we'll be, the smoother things will run. If you have any other questions, please contact me at my email address. You can stop at my office, schedule a meeting, have your player come talk to me if there's a question about the handbook or anything like that. Other than that, I hope that you guys have a great rest of the night and look to have a successful 2017 and 18 athletic season.